What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another video. It is your boy Jalen, aka Crystal World. We are rebuilding the Chicago Bears, obviously, who drafted Justin Fields with the 11th overall pick, and we obviously have 60 staff points to use right now, so we're gonna just use that really quick. And if we want, Cameron Powers, that's the offensive coordinator. What we're gonna do here is make sure that we get some probably better blocking for tight ends, or let's go for like offensive linemen. I think that's the best bet. So we're gonna upgrade for the tight ends, run block power, make sure that he has the offense needed, and then pass blocking, perfect. So we put some stat points in for the offense and show you guys what the team is looking like. I know Andy Dalton's the starter right now, but yeah, let me show you guys what we're working with here. So offensive line, not too bad. They got Tevin Jenkins, rookie. Cody Whitehair playing left guard. Mustafir playing center. They don't really have a right tackle, and they have James Daniels at right guard. Tight ends are pretty interesting. Got Jimmy Graham, Jesse James, and Cole Kmet, so it's a pretty good squad. Justin Fields is the starter over Andy Dalton in this, so that's pretty interesting. The receivers are pretty good too. Got Allen Robinson, Marquise Goodwin, something Hardy, probably Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They also have Darnell Mooney, Zamir Bird, who isn't too bad. Running backs, they have a great crew here. That Khalil Herbert, Tariq Cohen, Damian Williams, and David Montgomery. So a good crew. And they have a lot of quarterbacks as well too. Linebackers, not too bad. D line is pretty solid, I'd say. They got a pretty solid D line. Linebackers are really good too, and the corners aren't too bad as well. And they got some good old safety. So they're looking like a pretty solid team. I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but, you know, they could provide some damage, you know what I'm saying? And so, let's see. Let's see what free agents they got before we, like, advance and see what else we could do. So for center, they got Austin Ryder. I think it would be best if we picked him up because he fits the scheme, and he'd be a higher overall than our 65 Mustafir. And I think I'm just going to start Jermaine Fetty at the right side because I think that makes sense. He's a higher overall than Elijah Wilkinson. So, and then maybe we can move Nick Foles because, you know, he's the third string. He's a third string quarterback. His career has declined yet again. So we're just going to start Jermaine Fetty there and have Elijah Wilkinson backing him up. Not too bad. And let's see what we could trade. Let's see if we won't. Hopefully we won't take like a hit money wise for moving Nick Foles. So we would take a penalty of $15 million. So I think it's best we get rid of Andy Dalton. Yeah, we'll probably have to just trade Andy Dalton, save like $10 million. Not too bad. I know Andy Dalton just got there, but you know, we're trying to move on, trying to give Andy Dalton a chance somewhere else as well. So Broncos are interested, but that's too much of a competition. Trade him to the Colts, battle with Carson Wentz. That could be interesting. We could get if they have a right tackle, maybe we could get out of that. Braden Smith, Andy Dalton for Braden Smith. That wouldn't be a bad trade, honestly. We give them Andy Dalton in the third for Braden Smith. Boom, we just picked up our right tackle. Perfect. That actually worked out really well for us. And now we could get, okay, so it's not gonna load up. So we can maybe trade away Jermaine Fetty. See if we get like a younger, strong safety. That wouldn't be too bad either. Yeah, so let's go to the trade center, trade away Jermaine Fetty. We have Elijah Wilkinson, so he's just going to be the backup tackle. And so now we have Braden Smith. Ugh, why does it not load? Okay, so maybe we go to all players. Yeah, so Braden Smith is our new right tackle, and he fits the scheme too, so that's really good. Right tackle, Jermaine Fetty, $4 million. Let's see if he's green on the Colts and just give him back to the Colts. We could get like a third from them. Jermaine Fetty for a third. Okay, so they don't think that'd be worth it. Strong safety got Corey Willis. Corey Willis will fit the scheme. I feel like this is gonna go through. All right, so it will definitely go through. And we got a fifth. No, I think a fifth is too much. We can give them next year's like 6. I feel like that should work. Jermaine Fetty next year's 6. And we get Corey Willis. Now we got a starting strong safety. Perfect. And then we can move Tashawn Gibson Sr. Maybe move him for like a pick. But he is 31 though, so we can maybe move him for a pick. Let's see what they got going on there. If we can move yeah, if we can move him for a pick, that wouldn't be too bad. He's going for like 1 million cap hit. See if he has any interest on any team. I know he's 31, but no teams are really interested in him. So we're just gonna have to see if we can just plug him in somewhere. If any teams has a strong need for a strong safety as your top 3 needs, that'd be nice. No teams has a top 3 need for a strong safety. Come on. So every team has a safety. Okay, so we have to look at their top 5 needs. Okay, Falcons. Falcons are looking for a safety. A 2nd round pick for Tashawn Gibson probably will not work, but maybe a 5th would. Maybe a 5th would for Tashawn Gibson Sr. Boom. So we got rid of that. So now we picked up a new strong safety, younger. We picked up a new right tackle who's younger as well. So the team's looking good. So let's sim past this first season and see if Justin Fields can lead the Bears to the playoffs. All right, so we ended up going 9-8. Same with the Lions and same with the Packers went 10-7. So not too bad of a first season for Justin Fields. He led them to a positive record, but obviously this is a tough division. It's a tough division nonetheless. Lions went 9-8 as well. I want to check our statistics out, see how well we did. So it doesn't look like any of our guys made it here. Khalil Mack had 16 sacks, okay. And Roquan Smith led the NFL in tackles. So we had some defensive players do their thing. So our offense was 20th. Justin Fields wasn't too crazy. 23 touchdowns, 11 picks, 89 passer rating, 59 completion percentage. David Montgomery had 22 rushing touchdowns with 1,200 yards. Allen Robinson didn't have 1,000 yards. He was our best receiver. So that's something to think about. Roquan Smith, though, led the team in tackles, had 2.5 sacks and 3 picks. So that's pretty nice. Sacks, Khalil Mack at 16.5, while Akeem Hicks had 11, Eddie Goldman at 4.5. So really good for our linebackers. And then we had a lot of interceptions as a defense as well, too. So our defense did their thing, but offense definitely needs some work. And I'm thinking we fire our offensive coordinator. I think we fire him, West Coast spread. And maybe let's see because we want to tailor the offense to Justin Fields because he's our quarterback. So let's see what overall he came out to. He was a 74 to start. He came out to a 79 star talent. Okay, so honestly he progressed pretty nicely. They want him to be a scrambler, but we need him to be an improviser. Very interesting. If we change the scheme from West Coast spread, see what else it fits. So vertical zone run works. Okay, so vertical zone run looks like it's the best bet here because it fits our quarterback. And base 3-4, that works perfect for our defense, so we're not going to change that at all. So we changed it to vertical zone, so that works out for Justin Fields. Nice. Works out really well. And, alright, so looking pretty good for that. We got some staff points. I thought I was going to fire our offensive coordinator, but we're going to keep him around. We have 159 points. Let's see. I'm going to work on our offense still just a little bit. We have basically boost awareness for offensive linemen. I think that's very much needed. And boost the strength of the O-line too would be very much needed as well. Because we need them to protect Justin Fields as the season continues. But if we boost carrying for our running backs, that'd be good too. And then let's go to defense. We either boost the tackling for linebackers or D linemen. I'm going to go with linebackers to start. And then boost the injury rating for all defensive players. I think that's very much needed too. And boost like that stuff. It's good. So now we have 9 staff points left. We put them for both our offensive and defensive coordinator, which isn't too bad. And yeah, so let's sim to see who made the Pro Bowl. So Pro Bowl roster. Let's see what we got going on here. So NFC, Russell Wilson, Dak, and Aaron Rodgers. On the left side, Saquon, Alvin, Christian McCaffrey. And our receivers, no one made it. Tight ends, no one made it. Offensive line, seems like no one made it. D-line, Khalil Mack made it though. Roquan Smith made it, of course. Corner, safety. Oh, Kari Willis, our safety, made it. That's really good. Okay, so we had like 3 players make it on defense. Not too bad. We had nobody from offense though. Super Bowl this year is Bengals, Buccaneers. Very interesting Super Bowl. Let's see who takes it. So, god damn, 59-24, Patriots win. 59 points. And Tom Brady won Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP, and Offensive Player of the Year, while Bruce Arians won Coach of the Year. They won 59-24, so they were just blasting them. Holy crap, because that's more than 7 touchdowns right there. That's like 8. Ooh. Actually, low-key, I want to see how that game went. I got to see that. I got to see that. That just seems crazy. That just seems crazy to me. 59-24. 59-24. Brady threw 6 touchdowns and got sacked twice. Joe Burrow threw 3 touchdowns, got picked off twice, and got sacked 4 times. They had 1 rushing TD. They probably had a pick 6. Oh my god. Receivers went crazy on them. Defense, they had like 4 sacks. Their defense went off on them. And they got some interceptions. So that's that with the Super Bowl and all that. So we're going to advance to next week where we have to re-sign our players. See what players are ready to negotiate with. We got Allen Robinson, who wants to keep leaving because he's like, yeah, this team is going nowhere. But I feel like he's the perfect bet for Justin Fields. And we got to try our best to keep him, make him a highly paid receiver. We get him back. We lock him up long term. We got Akeem Hicks. He wants a 2-year deal worth $10 million. I would re-sign him. I just got to make sure I sign. So Damian Williams, we're not going to keep him. Desmond Trufant wants a 1-year deal worth like $4 million. I don't think that's too bad. He thinks free agency will be better. We'll let him walk. Jimmy Graham, you're gone. James Daniels, our right guard. We're going to definitely re-sign him. We got Bilal Nichols, our right end. He hasn't done too much, but we're going to keep him around too. Mike Pennell, we're going to let walk. Pat O'Donnell is our punter. I guess we re-sign him. You know what I'm saying? I guess. We got Artie Burns here, one of our slot corners. See if he accepts this deal, just so we have depth. Javon Wims, one of our just depth receivers. I'm going to re-sign him as well. And then rest of these guys, I'm going to let them go for now. Yeah, I'm going to let them go for now. I know there's other positions we could definitely pick up. Austin Calitro, one of our middle linebackers, we're going to let go as well too. I don't know if I want to re-sign Akeem Hicks. We could just let him go. But let me see how much cap. Okay, so no, I don't think that's worth it. We're going to end up, he had 11 sacks, but we're going to end up letting him go. We're heading into the free agency market. So let's advance to the next week. So we need a center, a middle linebacker, and a left end. So we need some huge positions here. So Devontae Adams is a free agent. Crazy. That's crazy. Centers, they have Ben Jones, Ted Karras, Patrick McCarry. Patrick McCarry is about 25 years old. He wants a light deal, so I'm going to give him a light deal. We give him that deal. We need a left end. We let Akeem Hicks walk. And I think we can pick up Dean Lowry. I don't think he'll be too bad for us. Dean Lowry could be perfect. Right end is good. Left outside linebacker is good. Middle linebacker, we only have Roquan Smith. If we sign like Alex Anzalone to the deal, he'd be good backing up Roquan Smith. And then right outside linebacker, we need a speed rusher. Robert Quinn is getting old. Maybe we could sign Melvin Ingram to a deal, just so we keep that pass rushing unit the same. Or we could end up drafting someone. And Roquan Smith, I mean, Robert Quinn didn't do anything either for us. So maybe we could release him for some cap, just so we could save ourselves. Save ourselves from the pending doom that's going to come from having him there. And we can't, because we'll take a huge penalty if we do that. That's annoying. Jeremiah Tattoo, though, he's just a backup, so I'm going to release him because he's not going to even play. So there's no point in keeping him around. But release him. Let's advance to the next week. So Patrick McCarry ended up rejecting us, but we ended up getting a center, though. I mean, we ended up still needing a center, so we're going to have to draft one. We're going to definitely have to draft one. And we need a corner. So let's see what corners are available, just so we get like a starting caliber corner to be next to Jalen Johnson. We got Charvarius Ward, who looks like he could fit the script here. Give him a solid little deal. Not too bad. Safeties, we just need some backups. Sean Williams is a backup. We could just put him on a veterans deal. Our version of a veterans deal. That's gonna be our version of a veterans deal. We got our kicker still. We got our punter. That's cool. We got Alex Anzalone backing him up now. Melvin Ingram's still sitting here. I think I'm gonna give him like a very mediocre deal, just so we could because if we could pick him up, that'd be nice. Give him like $2 million. It's in the bit like in the red. That's I've never seen that before. And D tackles. So a lot of these guys fit the scheme. So I think we're gonna go with Solomon Thomas. We're gonna go with Solomon Thomas to be our backup to Eddie Goldman, which I think would be pretty solid. Oh my God, it's like 0 total points. I want to see if someone accepts. There's like no way someone could accept a deal like that, right? Let's see. Charvarius Ward and Sean Williams. Sean Williams accepted it. It was 0 on it. It was literally 0. That's crazy. Let me try another center actually, just in case, because we don't know if we're gonna be able to draft someone that's good. So Ben Jones is still sitting here. We could pick him up for the one time. Give him like a light deal. That wouldn't be too bad. What's going on, Dad?
What's up, man?
Nothing much.
You do anything?
Yes, I did.
Do I have to keep on reminding you, huh?
No?
So, Jay, what's going on? You know, that thing is bothering me a lot. What's going on about the 5 years you're talking about?
What do you mean? I already talked about it.
Yeah, but
I'm doing the minor. I'm adding the psychology and stuff like that.
So you end up owing more money. 5 years, Jay. If you could have just the 4 years and then you start working on the 4 years, and then you do your
No, but I get more money if I have my minor. So like I'm setting it up better that way.
You sure?
I'm 100%.
Exactly
I'm 100%
You sure
sure.
you're not gonna tell me something in on the phone?
No, because that's.
Else?
I mean, no. Why
You're
would
not
I?
gonna change things.
Why would I? No. It only helps me. That's it. So there's no reason to keep complaining about it because I already explained about it. You know what I'm saying? So.
But to tell that y'all don't know exactly what you're doing. So now you don't even tell me exactly what you're doing. You just end up do things I find out a little bit by me. You don't even tell me exactly what's going on.
Because it's just gonna stress you guys out. Because
it's not gonna stress me out. You know, the thing is, I have to know exactly why you're doing it. That way,
I did say it, and you guys are.
I want an idea what you trying to do.
And I told you, you guys are still on it. Like, come on, Dad. I already said, okay, it's psychology. I'm working with people. I'm understanding where they're going, like how their mind works. That literally makes so much sense. So.
I don't really bother you about things. I try not to.
No,
bother you about a lot. I try to avoid everything, but sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but
it's okay.
Good. Just trust.
Okay.
So Melvin Ingram and Solomon Thomas both rejected us. They did not want to accept those cheap offers. So we're gonna have to rebuild in the draft. They're probably like, no, we could get something. We could definitely get more money. We're not accepting that. So we're gonna have to shore up these positions in the draft and maybe in free agency as well. But we have the 17th pick in the draft. We're looking for a center. So let's see what we can get here. The scouted player, we don't have a center. We have one active tight end as well too. Centers, they have a kid named Frank Gentry. He's a late second rounder, but he looks pretty good. I don't feel like reaching for him. D tackles, obviously they got some gems here. They got Juwan Franks. They also have Kyrie Florence. We're gonna pick up Juwan Franks is a mid first. He needs a run stopper. We're gonna pick him up. He's gonna back up Eddie Goldman, and then hopefully with our second round pick we could get our center that we need. See if we can get our center. Go by scouted. So we got Gary Sherry here. Gary Sherry, mid second rounder. We're gonna pick him up. He's a 72 overall. That's our snapper of the future. And then let's skip ahead. So now we have 2 picks back to back. So we need another tight end. There's no good tight ends available here. No good DNs. Yeah, so there's like nothing really too crazy here when it comes to these linebackers. So let's go by all positions. They mainly just got corners here, so I guess I'll just go with a corner. Like Parker Palmer, we'll draft him, 68 overall, provides depth to the team. I'm gonna let the draft do what else he wants to do. So we look at the draft recap. After getting these guys, we're gonna getting receiver, safety, and the middle linebacker, all for depth purposes, obviously. But not looking too bad here. So let's advance to the first week of the preseason. And looking pretty good. First preseason game is underway. Will be underway. We have an 83 offense and defense. I'm thinking we hit the free agency market, see what we can get for right outside linebacker. So with the right outside linebacker situation here, I think low-key, if they got Justin Houston playing that right outside linebacker position, I wanted to get a pass rusher, but we can honestly trade for someone that's a speed rusher. So maybe we could try Harold Landry because I know he's one of them. Left end, though, we could maybe sign Trent Murphy. I want to take a look at the squad first, though. See what we're working with. See what we need to adjust. So this is our offense. We got Gary Sherry at center. Tight ends, we definitely need a number 2 tight end. Receivers, I'm okay with. Justin Fields is in his 2nd year. Yeah, so we need another tight end, maybe another middle linebacker. We got Dean Lowry at left end, which I forgot about. So we're kind of okay there at that position. Safeties are good too. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna address like getting. So we're gonna sign up to backup tight end. That's for sure. We got Cole Kmet just by himself. So we need like just a second guy to be there. Sign like Jordan Akins to a 1-year deal. Shouldn't be too bad. And then we get that position. We need another middle linebacker. We could sign LJ Fort. He's a field general, so it's not too bad. Right outside linebacker, I know there's no one. Left end, it would be good to have a backup in Trent Murphy, just in case Dean Lowry goes down. I forgot we picked him up as well. And then center, could just sign Russell Bodine to a deal. Cool. Now we got some depth on the team. And then now we can trade for, see if we could trade for a right outside linebacker. I feel like that'd be our best bet because I don't like how we're looking there with that kid there, not that kid, Robert Quinn there. And I'm not too comfortable with that. So if we can maybe find a younger guy who could possibly, Bradley Chubb and Khalil Mack. I feel like it would take a second to get Bradley Chubb. Oh, we wouldn't even have the cap space for him. All right, never mind. Jason Pierre-Paul's old. Joe Hankton from the Cardinals. Give them a 4 for Joe Hankton. All right, maybe a 3rd for Joe Hankton. Maybe a 2nd for Joe Hankton. Done deal. All right, so we just got our starting right outside linebacker. Perfect. So we just shored up that position, and we're looking pretty good. I mean, I feel like, yeah, we're looking pretty solid. So we just got our new starting right outside linebacker. So let's into the playoffs and see how well we do. So we ended up going 8-9, having a down year this time, which is, man, this is a tough division, a tough division. 9-8 first year, 8-9 second year. It's becoming a reoccurrence of the issues, but again, I'm still not mad though. Trey Lance 8 for them though. Khalil Mack had 19 sacks, so he went off, and Roquan Smith was 2nd in tackles. So let's see what our offense was like. Our offense was 14. Justin Fields was 9th in passing TD, so he did his thing throwing the ball. Our defense was 9th. Justin Fields, 37 touchdowns, 18 picks, so he has to lower his interceptions. David Montgomery had a good year rushing the ball. Allen Robinson, 1,300 yards, 9 TDs. Cole Kmet, 10 TDs, 800 yards. Not too bad. Defense, Khalil Mack, 19 sacks, went crazy. That's a great year for him. Eddie Goldman had 6.5. Hankton had 3 sacks, while Robert Quinn had 4, so 7 from our right outside linebackers. And not too many picks for our defense, but we're itching closer and closer to where we need to be. Khalil Mack is doing everything he can in his will, like everything he can to try to like help us. So let's work on the offense even more. We got we can't unlock that talent, but We're going to boost our stamina for these guys. Boost the releases. And then concentration. I'm going to boost that as well. Player personnel. If we go contracts, wheeling and dealing. Got to increase like all that kinds of stuff. Then we also we got to definitely try to work on that. That's for sure. Increase the likelihood of them signing with us. So we did that for player personnel because, I mean, I know the team is tough. I know they got some tough oppositions to go against, but there's no way we can't make the playoffs with this team. The Vikings are finishing better than us. Come on. Come on. We're not even bad. We're not even bad. Let's see who out of our guys made the Pro Bowl. Super Bowl is Chiefs, and the Seahawks. Tom Brady, Cam Newton, and Trey Lance made it. Receivers, Cole Kmet made it, which is really good to see. Offensive line, none of our guys again. That's crazy. Khalil Mack made it, of course. Corners, none of our guys. Safeties, none of our guys. Okay, so guys got to play better. Guys got to definitely play better, but that's all right. Things happen. Seahawks ended up losing to the Chiefs 44-31. Patty Mahomes won MVP. Lamar Jackson won NFL MVP. Khalil Mack won Defensive Player of the Year, so he's going to want a huge contract for sure. Definitely is going to want a huge contract. So we're going to re-sign. We're probably going to have to re-sign him, which is okay with me. I mean, he's our best player on the team. So DJ Murphy, no, I'm good on you. But Roquan Smith, definitely got to re-sign you for sure. Our Mike in the middle? Come on. Whoa, you think free agency will be better? Alright, so I'm going to have to end up franchise tagging him. I'm hoping there's no one else. Alright, I'm going to have to franchise tag Roquan because he wants to leave. David Montgomery wants that type of deal. Not too bad. I think I could do that. And same with Kari Willis. I think I could afford Kari Willis and David Montgomery. So we get Kari Willis back. And I want to re-sign David Montgomery. Can we do it, though? That's the question. I think we can. Yes. All right, so we got our top 3 guys on the team. Rest of these guys I'm going to let walk, though. Yeah, rest of these guys I'm going to let walk. We can get a punter whenever. We're going to get a punter whenever. I think Nick Foles is walking as well, so that's not too bad. Next year is definitely contract year, so but let's see what we need to pick up on the team. So offensive line is looking really good. Offensive line is looking really good. We need a backup tight end and a backup quarterback, of course. Receivers are getting up there pretty nicely, so I mean, we don't really need to worry too much about that. Hankton's now 78. Maybe we could get rid of Robert Quinn as well. D-line, Dean Lowry might need to go. Might need to trade Dean Lowry, get rid of Robert Quinn. Let's see what their like cap value is at. So if we go to right outside linebacker, okay, so we could save about $4 million by releasing Robert Quinn. So that's what we're gonna do because he's just not the answer. He's not the answer, sadly. Middle linebacker, just need one more just to shore up that position. D tackles is okay for right now. Mario Edwards Jr. is just not doing anything for us, so we're gonna release him as well. Keep Bilal Nichols there. Left end, Dean Lowry. We're gonna keep you guys for cap, of course. We have a lot of left guards here for some reason. But we have only one tight end, which is kind of an issue. Receivers are okay for right now. Running backs, we got David Montgomery. I'm going to release Tariq Cohen, even though he fits the scheme and he's a captain. You know, no. Actually, let's not release him. But we kind of have 2 guys that are similar. We kind of have 2 guys that are similar to the scheme. So we're going to keep them around. So we just made those moves, released those guys. And then we're going to free agency, see what free agents they got. We have about, let's see how much we have available. We have about $19 million available, so that's really good. We got Zadarius Smith, who's a free agent. We could pair him up at the right outside linebacker position. That could be very, very, very nice for our squad. We need a punter, so I'm just gonna make sure we handle the special teams. Make sure the special teams are straight. Give Corey that kind of deal. Safeties, I'm okay with our safeties. Just gonna sign like Eric Reed to back up our guys. We're gonna sign Eric Reed to back up people. And then corners, we got Sean Murphy Bunting, who's a young corner. I feel like he'd be perfect for our squad. We're gonna give him a deal. I think he could possibly be interested in signing with us. Right outside linebacker is good with Hankton. Middle linebacker. We do need a number 2. A better number 2, I'd say. But I'm just going to sign Drew Tranquil. He'll just be a backup for us. He'll just be a backup. Hopefully he signs. Zadarius Smith is here. I would try to see if we could go for him. But I don't think it would be reasonable because then we'd have to put him on the other side, cause a lot of issues. And that we already know how that gets. Left end, though, they have Dietrich Wise, Taven Bryan, Shaq Lawson. J.J. Watt's going to probably end up going to the Steelers, so might as well just leave that alone. We have Max Crosby here, though. I'm going to see if we could try to get him. I feel like he'd be perfect for our team. I feel like he'd be perfect, Max Crosby. And then I feel like with the offensive line, we're going to have to, like, probably draft players, to be honest. So let's see if we pick up these guys with the moves we just made. So we ended up getting Eric Reed, Max Crosby, and the punter. But Sean Murphy-Bunting ended up rejecting us. Very surprising, considering we gave him probably the most money. And so with the corners available here, Trey Herndon. Not really liking these guys here. We got Jalen Johnson and Charvarius Ward, so we could probably end up just drafting someone. I'm gonna sign Dewan Smoot just to be a backup. Just to be a backup for Hankton. And then left outside linebacker, I feel like Anfernee Jennings wouldn't be too bad as a backup, so we're gonna pick him up. Then middle linebacker, we tried for Drew Tranquil, so we're still waiting on that. And then, oh, we need another tight end. That's what we need, a tight end. The tight end position definitely needs to get looked at. That's for sure. We got Kyle Rudolph, Jordan Akins, Drew Sample, Foster Moreau. Yeah, Dan Arnold and Ian Thomas. I think I'm going to try to pick up Dan Arnold to provide some depth for us. Finally have a backup tight end who won't leave. So let's see if we pick up those guys. So we ended up getting Anfernee Jennings. All right, so we got our backups that are needed. Left outside linebacker, we have 3 active, but we just need a backup. We're okay there. Advance to next week. Drew Tranquil accepted our offer, so cool. We got our backup. So now we're heading into the draft. I'm going to take a look at our draft needs really quick. I know we need to fix up the offensive line, add some players, but we got Cole Kmet. We need a backup quarterback, so we could probably end up drafting someone. Probably could draft a receiver if possible. Linebackers are looking all right, nothing too crazy. We got Max Crosby here at the left end position, so hopefully he can provide some firepower to our team. I feel like we need to definitely get a corner. I feel like we gotta definitely draft a corner. So let's start drafting. We have the 17th pick again, so let's go sim to that. So here we are, first round. We want a corner. I see some corners that are sitting here. We got, oh, there's a lot of first round corners here. Lots and lots and lots. They don't fit our scheme though, but mid first for him. Justin Allen's a late first. We got Sean Bradfield, who's a mid first. Deion Smith is a early first. D Keys is an early first as well. And Chris Kidd is an early first. All right, I'm going to go with Chris Kidd. He looks like the best overall player. 78 overall, ranked number 5 in true value. Perfect. Perfect. Got one of the best corners in the draft. Then let's advance to our next user pick. So now we are in the 3rd round. See what gems are available this late into the draft. They got a right outside linebacker who looks like he could fit our scheme. His name is Braden Jones, early 2nd rounder too. So I'm gonna pick him up. 74 overall, perfect. He can back up Joe Hankton just in case. And we're gonna send through the rest of this draft and see what the team picks up. If you take a look at the draft recap, we ended up getting a right end, a receiver, and a quarterback in Steven Costanzo. So I guess we didn't really address offensive line. That's what I'll do though. I'll definitely pick up some free agents right about now. Let's go to advance next week, and then pick up some free agents. We need some free agent. We got Tom Brady, who's a free agent. That's crazy. 17 million to sign him though, and I'm probably gonna just end up signing like a center And a guard, I think. I think a center and a guard wouldn't be too bad. Because I don't know what we actually do need. But we'll just pick up Kyle Long and the center. And then hope that that helps out the squad. So let's sit into the end of the season and see if we can finally make the playoffs. And we ended up going 6-11, and the Packers went 14-3. Nice. So, all right, 6-11. We literally regressed heavily. So bad. So bad. Roquan led the team with 7 interceptions as well. This is becoming a problem. $38 touchdowns, 7 picks for Justin Fields, so he had a great year. David Montgomery wasn't too bad. 15 touchdowns, 1,100 yards for Allen Robinson. Defense, Khalil Mack had 12.5 sacks, so kind of a down year for him. But Roquan Smith had 7 picks. And Hankton had 6 sacks. Not too bad. So our defense still needs to get better with getting sacks, but a lot of interceptions for Roquan Smith, so he probably was on some Defensive Player of the Year caliber. If you look at the Pro Bowl roster, Justin Fields did not make it again. Aaron Rodgers is in the AFC, though. He ended up signing the AFC. That's crazy. But it looks like none of our guys. Allen Robinson made the Pro Bowl, finally. Offensive line. None of our guys. D-line. None of our guys. Khalil Mack made it, though. Roquan Smith made it, of course. And Jalen Johnson, our corner, made it. That's pretty good. And none of our safeties made it. So we got Super Bowl this year is Packers, Chiefs. Packers ended up losing the Super Bowl 31-38. Mahomes won Super Bowl MVP. Christian McCaffrey, though, won NFL MVP, while Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year. So the Chiefs keep winning the Super Bowl. It's very interesting to see. We got to re-sign our guys now. We got one more season in us to see if we can even make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So we got Roquan Smith. Forget he keeps asking for a crazy amount, but he had a crazy year on his franchise tag, so we're gonna give it to him. We're gonna give him $70 million. We get him back. We got Eddie Goldman here. He's been our rock in the middle. We're gonna give him a nice $10 million to sign. He's just not interested in signing, though. A franchise tag would be $18 million, so we end up losing him. We got James Daniels here, our right guard. We're gonna re-sign him. I think he's been pretty solid for us, so we get him back. We got Jalen Johnson here. Let's see. We got Jalen Johnson. He made the Pro Bowl, so we'll pick him up. Darnell Mooney hasn't done much, so we're going to let him walk. Travis Ward has been going down overall. We're going to let him walk as well. We got Corey Bojorquez. We're going to re-sign him. And then we got Cairo Santos. We're going to re-sign him as well, too. And then we got John Halapio. Cole Kmet actually wants a deal, too. Cole Kmet as well. Yeah, we re-signed him. He hasn't made the. He made the Pro Bowl once. Made the Pro Bowl once. We got Dean Lowry, Keyshawn Johnson. I think it's time we change our receivers. Change what we got going on there. To be honest, and let's advance to next week. See if we sign these guys. Oh wait, no, that was re-signing our players. I thought that was free agency for some reason. But D line now. We got OBJ as a free agent. OBJ as a free agent. Would that be, pairing up OBJ with the offense wouldn't be too bad. It would not be too bad whatsoever. Fullback, we don't need a fullback. Receiver, we're trying for OBJ. Tight end, we got Cole Kmet here. Left tackle, we got Tevin Jenkins, Cody White here. Our center is good. We could just sign a backup at Nick Martin for just in case, you know what I'm saying? He pulls his groin or something like that. And then right guard, James Daniels, we just re-signed him as well, so we're good there. And right tackle, we have Braden Smith. Max Crosby at left end, D tackle. This is a position I feel like we can either draft. I feel like we could draft someone, so I'm going to leave that alone for right now. We got Khalil Mack still chilling there, of course. And then right outside Mack, we got Joe Hankton, who's a star now. Corners, we got some kid named Kid. Oh, I think it's one of the kids we drafted. Oh, I didn't know one of the kids we drafted were actually doing nice. I did not know that. So, all right. So we tried to sign those guys. Let's see if we can pick them up. Apparently, our left guard position's an F. I don't know why. Let's just fix the left guard position, I guess. Oh my God. No, there's no way we let OBJ go into the NFC North. There's no way. There's no way. We're going to overpay for OBJ. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what it takes. We're going to overpay for OBJ just to make sure we get him. We're not letting him go to the Packers. No, they just went to the Super Bowl too. I'm good on that. We're going to sign Drew Forbes as well just to back him up. Back up Cody White here. Because it says are that position's an F for some reason. So let's see if we can get OBJ. I'm not letting him go to the Packers. Alright, bet. So we picked up OBJ. Yes, sir. We got OBJ and Allen Robinson. Wide receiver 1 and 2. They're going to get open, bow, get some great routes going. Perfect. Now we're in the NFL draft. They're saying we have a lot of top needs. I mean, we could sign like a middle. We could draft. Oh, we have the 5th pick in the draft. That's not too bad. Mom, I'm in the middle of a video. But I'm in a after my video, Mom. As long as it takes, well. So we look at the positions available now. We got some middle linebackers here. We have the 5th overall pick. So we got a kid named Duncan Werner, who's mid-first rounder. I don't know if we go with a middle linebacker early. I don't think we do. We got Nigel Birch as well. We got Emmanuel Hobbs, who's a mid-first rounder though. Nothing too special there. Could go for a corner, but nothing there either. Could go safety. Julius Vick, but he's a late first rounder as well. Strong safeties, they do got a bunch. They got Alex Ford, and they also have Max Majette. Max Majette looks pretty solid, so we're going to go for him. He's number 1 in true value. Drafted him at number 5. He's an 80 overall, so we just picked up our new starting strong safety, and just from that pick alone. So let's go into our next pick. Now we're in the 2nd round here. I think it's best if we go for a D tackle now because we don't have anyone. We got Luke Solomon. So the D tackles in this draft aren't too solid. We got Forrest Watkins, though, who's a mid-2nd rounder. He's a run stopper. And Luke Solomon's a late 2nd rounder. But Forrest Watkins fits our scheme, and he's mid. So we'll pick him up. 71 overall. Provides depth to the team. So our D tackle's kind of going to take a hit at that position. And we're going to sim through the rest of this draft. So we take a look at the draft recap. We ended up getting middle linebacker, a running back, a tight end, safety, and a right guard. So we ended up showing that position up a couple more times too. Not too bad. But let's advance to the first week. I'm going to show you guys the lineup, what we're working with. And then, yeah, I mean, that's what the team is looking like. I'll show you guys the lineup really quick. And then we're going to sim and see if these guys can finally get the job done and make the playoffs. I mean, look at the offensive line. Pretty solid. Great tight ends. Justin Fields is a superstar with the X factor. Receivers are good. We have OBJ now. We literally signed OBJ. So, offense should be crazy. Middle linebackers are good. We got Hankton, Khalil Mack, Russian. Like, corners are... Maybe we could sign a slot corner. Maybe we could sign a D tackle as well. But... Okay, D-line might need some help, actually. So we just need a D tackle in a corner. But then this team should be great on paper. Like, it literally should be a great team on paper. Yeah, so they literally should be a great team on paper. We need a D tackle, though. Solomon Thomas. I don't think Solomon Thomas would be too bad. So we pick him up, put him there at that position. And then we just need another corner. Darius Williams, we can pick him up. He'll be great to throw into the mix. And then this squad should make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, I'm convinced, like, franchise hates me. But let's sit into the playoffs and see what we do. We finally made the playoffs. We won the Division 2, going 10-7. We're facing the Rams in our first game. Woo! After 4 years? This is our 4th year now, where we finally make the playoffs. Think about that. It took us all these tries just to make the playoffs. And it's home, too. Man, that took a lot for us. That took a lot. But we made the playoffs. And none of our guys led in stats, but we made the playoffs. Our offense was 16th. And our defense, I'm interested to see what that was at. Our defense was 4th ranked defense. Justin Fields had 29 touchdowns, 9 picks. David Montgomery, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Allen Robinson had 1,400 yards, 12 TDs. And our second best receiver was David Montgomery. Okay, and OBJ was just non-existent apparently, so that's fantastic. Khalil Mack had 17.5 sacks. Joe Hankton at 6.5. Joanne Franks at 4.5. Interceptions, we had a good amount of interceptions from our defense. That's just really nice. So we're cooling right there for right now. And I want to see the guys overall before we go into our first playoff matchup with Justin Fields after 3 straight years of not making it. Justin Fields is now an 88. Dave Montgomery's a 95. Al Robinson's a 93. OBJ has regressed to an 85. So, oof. Offensive line is looking good, though. Defense, we got Roquan Smith here and Nate Birch. And we got Hankton, who's an 84 now. Kalimak's at a 92. Max Crosby's at an 83. Corners, Kid is at an 83, which is good. So, and Majette, our kid we drafted, is injured. He will be back in 3 weeks. So, if we were to make like the Super Bowl or something. So, all right, playoffs against Jalen Ramsey and the Rams. Let's see if we can get the job done. We ended up, oh my God, we ended up losing 44-38 in our first game, and we were home too. Yeah, this is, yeah, we got bad luck. This is bad luck. We got bad luck. I want to see how this game went. I want to see why we lost this game, to be honest. Oh, man. Bears, 44-38. They had 635 yards? The kid they drafted, Wyatt McDonald, threw for 485 yards and 6 touchdowns, along with 2 interceptions. And he got sacked 3 times. So our defense was all over him, but we only threw 3 touchdowns. Okay, bro. David Montgomery did well running the ball. Cooper Kupp killed us, and Robert Woods. They both had 22 receptions and over like 200 yards on us. 270 yards on us. That's crazy. This is ridiculous. This is getting crazy. Khalil Mack had 2 sacks. Juwan Franks had a sack. Steve Odom had a sack. Corey Willis and Joe Hankton got picks. But they blasted us. 485 passing yards. We couldn't stop anything. Oh, my God. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. This was Justin Fields' first 4 years on the Bears in this rebuild. Hopefully, when we rebuild this team in the future, that we get better luck, because that is just ridiculous. 4 straight years just to have a huge L to the Rams, and it was a close game too. That's insane. But anyways, guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what other teams want to see me rebuild, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you gotta be a fiend to succeed. Peace.